This is it, the best part of your day and the best part of ours. Welcome to Inspired Sports, your place for clean sports talk with real inspiration. I'm Alex Pratt alongside the Scott Jakeway.
Dude, Alex, how's it going?
Well, I'm doing better than Josh Allen, but I mean, we can get into that in a minute.
I was just gonna say, Thanksgiving's a week away, but man, Texas gobbled Josh Allen
Oh
all
wow,
the
he
way
went with
up.
the Thanksgiving joke already.
Gobble
That's right.
gobble.
That's right. These Houston Texans over here, JJ
Woo!
Watt is awfully proud because they did something tonight that has never happened to
Yep.
Josh Allen. So let me jump right into our Thursday night football reaction. Scotty Jakeway, I have a question for you.
All right.
Did that just happen? Did the Buffalo Bills just find out everything is bigger in Texas?
Without a doubt, yes. The thing I thought of was we put him in Josh Allen in video game
we
mode.
just That's right.
And all I could think of was, the Texans found every cheat code to the Josh Allen video game, and wah, 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 game over because
Yikes.
it was atrocious. He struggled all night long, 8 sacks, which, by the way, the Bills got 0 sacks on Davis Mills, so it was a very lopsided game when we come to that, and they just didn't have any answers for the Texans defense. So yes, it was a rough one for Josh Allen, who looked unstoppable last week and looked like he could get nothing done tonight.
I mean, it was one of those weird Thursday nights where you go into it going, okay, I mean, the Texans are a good team. They're sitting at 500. They're trying to
Yep.
fight for their season. But do we really believe Davis Mills is going to beat Josh Allen? And it turns out Davis Mills came to play. And meanwhile, after all the big noise that we made about Josh Allen last week scoring 6 touchdowns, and you telling me 3 rushing and 3 passing was never been done before except by Josh Allen one other time. And I wonder if any of those quarterbacks who've ever had 6 touchdowns in a game followed it up with a big goose egg, because
0.
Josh Allen had 0 rushing touchdowns and 0 passing touchdowns. And
Yeah.
listen, I am not a Josh Allen hater. I have great respect for Josh Allen. But, I mean, even he was frustrated with what was going on. There was a 4th and 1 in the 4th quarter. I know you watched every minute of this game.
Yep.
And Josh Allen hands the ball off, and James Cook gets tackled 2 yards in the backfield. Josh Allen comes over to the sideline, and they show it in slow motion, slams his helmet, and says, "What are we doing?" You can read his lips. There's no
Yep.
doubt about it. He just says, "What are we doing?" He says it to Mitch Trubisky. And Mitch Trubisky, you can't see his response, but Mr. Trubisky was like, "I don't know, man. I'm just here collecting a check." Mitch Trubisky's like, "I'm not even paying attention. What are you talking about?" But Josh Allen was living out his Thursday night fears because, man, the defensive ends, Daniil Hunter and Will Anderson Jr. and everyone else up as a part of that defense put on a show tonight. It has me a little worried because my Chiefs are playing the Texans in a few weeks. So these
Wild.
teams they're going to be fighting for those wild card spots,
Yep.
because right now the Patriots are leading the division and have a win over the Bills. So it doesn't look like the Bills are going to be able to win the AFCs. It's certainly still mathematically possible, but it's not trending that way. And the Texans are looking up at the Jacksonville Jaguars in the AFC South as well. So, and the Colts behind them. So they're third in their own division. And then you have the Chiefs, who are currently third in their division. These teams that we expected to be really good at the beginning of the season, the Bills, the Chiefs, and the Texans, they're going to end up in a dogfight trying to get that 7 seed just to get into the playoffs.
And that's why we love the end of the NFL season, because it's always wild, it's always crazy, and it's completely unpredictable. And anyone that says they got it right at the beginning of the season is a liar, because especially this season, because no one's going to predict the Chiefs on the outside of the playoffs, the Texans beating the Bills. I mean, it's just a wild season with injuries, upsets. I mean, it's been a fun season. So yeah,
It
it's
absolutely has. And
yeah.
speaking of unpredictable, I have another question for you, because
Okay.
nobody saw this coming just a few weeks ago. Scotty Jakeway, let me ask you the question. Did that just happen? Did Shedeur Sanders just become a
Huh.
prime time QB? Because Shedeur
I
Sanders
see
is
what you
set
did
to
there.
make his first start this Sunday at the Raiders. It's Shedeur time, baby.
No, here's what's going to happen. I can already predict it. I already see it coming. It's the Raiders. We just finished an
The
episode ago
doormat of the
talking
NFL.
about, yeah, they're the doormat, or as I like to call them, the East Mississippi Agricultural Community College. I can already see it.
Why you gotta come at Mississippi like that?
It
I
was.
don't live that far from Mississippi.
I'm just saying. But here's what's gonna happen. Shedeur Sanders is going to ball out. He's gonna cook the Raiders. And everyone this week is going to be talking about, oh, it's prime time, baby. It's Shedeur Sanders and the Browns. He's gonna lead the resurgence. He's gonna be the next quarterback to prove everyone wrong. And then he's gonna go play San Francisco the next week after that, and they're going to whomp him, and everyone's gonna come back down to earth and say, oh, yeah, that's right. This is the Shedeur Sanders that we drafted
What?
and sat and
Where is the upbeat, happy, Scotty Smiles Jakeway that we all know and love? He's already raining on Shedeur Sanders' parade. The guy hasn't even made his first start, and you're going to his what would be his next start and being like, you're going to get crushed in your next one. You're lucky you got the Raiders.
yeah,
Listen,
that's yeah.
I am all here. I'm here for this, man. I am all in
Oh,
on this.
no.
It is time for Shedeur, baby. Listen, just a few weeks ago, he was buried behind Joe Flacco and Dylan Gabriel. They trade Joe Flacco. Dylan Gabriel gets injured after playing at best mediocre. And it's all of a sudden, it's finally Shedeur's time. I mean, earlier in the season, they had Kenny Pickett in front of him. At one point, they signed Dorian Thompson-Robinson, DTR. Deshaun Watson is wandering around the Browns facility somewhere. Like, Shedeur had like 6 guys in his way. And all of a sudden, here we are going into week 12, and Shedeur Sanders is getting his shot to play. You have to at least be interested.
No. Not at all. Guess what's going to happen? When they play San Francisco, it's at home, and again, I can already hear it. The Cleveland Brown fan base about the third quarter. There's going to be a chant that's going to overwhelm the CBS broadcast or whatever channel is playing the game, and it's going to go a little something like this: "We want Watson.
No.
We want
Listen,
Watson."
no. I assure you, the people of Cleveland are done paying Deshaun Watson to play quarterback. They
Nope.
don't want to see that guy anywhere.
That's how bad it's going to be. I promise. Mark it down.
I'm pretty sure there are memos that have gone out to all of the camera people that work NFL games that say, if you're working a Browns game, do not put Deshaun Watson on camera. Nobody wants any part of that. We are done with Deshaun Watson, and we are done talking Browns quarterbacks.
Okay.
But we're not done with the AFC North, because I have another question coming out of the AFC North for you, Scotty Jakeway.
Okay, hit me with it.
Comes. Did that just happen? Did Joe Burrow just decide to rub some dirt on his turf toe? Because Joe Burrow is fighting to get back. He has practiced the last 2 days, taken every snap, practiced in full, and is trending toward playing this Sunday at the Patriots.
Joe Dirt is coming back, baby. He's on his way back. And guess what? You have had a lot of unfortunate things to say about Joe Burrow, and I'm kind of
Joe Burrow, but yeah.
Yeah, and guess what I am? I'm a glass half full kind of guy. And this is going to be one of those stories. He's going to come back. He's going to prove everyone wrong. He's going to put a little dirt in the wound. He's going to come out there and he's going to ball out against the Patriots. He's going to show Drake May what it really means to be in the NFL, and he's going to have an absolute all-star game on Sunday. Mark my words. Joe Dirt, he's coming back.
Listen, Glass Joe Burrow is making a huge mistake if he comes back this week, because he's coming back against what might be the best team in the AFC at the moment, and that is the New England Patriots. Drake May is playing like an MVP, and if there was a vote today, I do believe Drake May would win MVP at this very moment. So he's going to come back, and unless Joe Burrow's all of a sudden going to also play defensive end or cornerback, he can't fix all of the defensive problems that the Cincinnati Bengals have, and it's not going to make a bit of a difference. So he can come out and he can sling the ball around, and he probably will, but it's not going to lead to a win. And I think he's going to put himself at when you have a player who already has the lengthy injury history that Joe Burrow does, rushing him back doesn't make any sense. And honestly, I think they're making a mistake if they let him play. So
What do they have
last
to
Joe
lose?
Burrow is going to come out and he's just going to get hit and knocked around again, and he's going to break like the cheap glass that he is.
No way, baby. He is made out of China. China glass, the fancy stuff. I don't know. I'll
The
cut
stuff in my grandma's cabinet. I don't think that's any less breakable. It's fancier, but I don't think it's any less breakable. You are really in the mood for Thanksgiving, aren't you?
I
You
am
got gobble
hungry and
gobble
ready to go.
jokes, and you're ready to break out the nice china and have a meal.
Exactly.
Listen, be honest with our listeners. Do you do any cooking on Thanksgiving, Scott Jakeway?
Me?
Yes.
No. Absolutely not.
You don't so you show up with a bag of ice?
Yeah, I'm the bag of ice, paper plates guy. I'm the
You're
one bringing the 200 napkins and no. I
We can all eat. Scott's here with the napkins.
It's time to party. The
It's
party
gonna
has
be a good
arrived.
It's gonna be a good Jakeway Thanksgiving,
It
that's for
is.
sure.
Oh yeah.
Listen, until you show up, I bet people are panicking until the ice gets there and the cups get there, and that reminds me of where we're headed next.
You're totally right, Alex. That reminds me of the second segment of tonight, and that's a little segment we have put together called Panic or Pause.
Panic or pause?
And tonight is special. We're going to do a little thing, it's little different than normal. It's
Mhm.
lightning round.
The lightning
And
round.
what we're going to do is we're going to go through 10 different quarterbacks. And we're going to rattle them off one by one, and we're going to say, are we panicking? Because they're not going to be your next quarterback, your next franchise name of the franchise, or
They're not franchise material.
are you pausing because they still have the potential to
Mm.
actually be who you thought they were when you drafted them? So Alex Pratt.
You're always working in that Denny Green quote, huh?
Yeah.
They are who we thought they were.
They
I do.
are.
You think I didn't notice? I noticed
I
it.
was so I have the first one for you. Ready?
Yes, but can I add one thought?
Yes.
When we made this list,
Yes.
the idea was it's young QBs, no one
Young
who has
QBs.
gotten their
Yeah.
second contract.
You're
No
right.
one who has cashed that big second contract check.
You're right. Okay.
All right,
So,
just want to make sure that was clear.
First one. Patriots, Drake May.
Oh, listen, we need to spend no time on this. Talk about
Yeah.
lightning round. We need to invent a new one because neither panic or pause. He's praise. Praise you. We
Oh,
pray. That's
yeah.
praise. You're doing a great job there, Drake
Yep.
May.
MVP-esque,
Yeah.
I'm agreed. There's nothing there to really say. I don't think we're gonna disagree on that one, which may be one of the only ones, if the only one that we will agree on. But all right, the second one, completely opposite. The Minnesota Vikings and
Oh.
JJ McCarthy.
I'm pretty sure the Minnesota Vikings called the guys whose jerseys hanging behind you. They called him this week and was like, hey, Brett, you want to get up here from Mississippi East Agricultural Community College where you've been coaching and get up here and play? No, that is not. We are journalism adjacent. That's not real journalism there. Brett Favre has not been called
He
by
has
the
not been
Minnesota
called.
Vikings. But honestly, right now, just about anyone could be playing quarterback better than JJ McCarthy. And you
Mhm.
know what? We don't root against people here at Inspired Sports. I mean, we have a lot of fun. We I'm a fan of this person or I'm a fan of that team. So we're not rooting against JJ McCarthy, but I am panic. Full panic if I'm the Vikings. He does not look like he's ready to play in the NFL. When you're like, we really want to see what Carson Wentz can do for us, that means panic.
I lied. We are agreeing on this one too. If there's a big giant red button in Minnesota, they are hitting it because if there's anyone that's more made out of glass than Joe Burrow, it is JJ McCarthy. Panic mode.
Did you know he's only played 5 of a possible 27 games since he's entered the league?
Ridiculous. That is
Yes,
that
not
is
good.
wild. And
Not
that is not just second string material. That is you're out of the league kind of material.
Yeah.
That is you're not gonna no one's gonna wanna pay you if you're only playing out of, 20% of the time.
Yep.
So yeah, that's not gonna work. All right, real quick, number 3, the Carolina Panthers and Bryce Young.
If I'm the Carolina Panthers, I'm pressing pause. I'm
Ooh.
calming myself down. Just
Oh,
last Sunday, Bryce Young threw for over 400 yards in a victory. And Dave Canales, their new head coach, is making Bryce Young look like that number 1 overall pick that we all thought he could be. I'm not saying I want Bryce Young to be my quarterback. I'm saying if you're the Panthers, you got to pause and see what he can do because 400-yard games don't happen by quarterbacks who are bums.
I am absolutely panicking on this one. There's a reason there's a height minimum on
Oh,
Disneyland rides, and there should be a height minimum to play quarterback because if you
right.
can't
That's
see,
Disney World.
no, Disneyland,
You Disney World.
Disneyland,
The West Coast versus East Coast. I just had to
Disneyland.
put that out there. It's Disney World.
No,
We'll get you over here at some point, and we'll take you guys to Disney World, and then you'll be like, "I don't even need to go to Disneyland ever again."
okay, fine. But
Sorry. Go ahead. You go ahead.
at the end of the day, Bryce Young, Kyler Murray, they're in the same category. If you can't see over your offensive line, you can't be a good quarterback. And Bryce Young has had a couple fluke games. Yes, he is a flash in the pan. He's good. But overall, career-wise, he's had enough games, enough starts, enough seasons that he just does not have the proven record. So panic in Carolina, move on before it's too late.
Hmm.
But speaking of the next one, the Tennessee Titans and Cam Ward.
Oh, there's no speaking of. There's no panic. There's no panic for Cam Ward, except that he can't seem to win more than one game, except that he can't seem to complete more than 50% of his passes. It is full panic for Cam Ward. You took him number 1 overall to turn your entire team around. And honestly, I'm rooting for him, but I'm starting to wonder if he's got a lot of that Anthony Richardson in him.
Oh,
Anthony Richardson was very raw,
yeah.
and Cam Ward played a lot in college, so he doesn't look near as raw, but I'm panicked. If I'm a Titans fan, I'm like, "Okay, finally we got our guy. Maybe we're not a great team this year, but I'm gonna see glimpses." And I just don't see the glimpses. It is a broken offense, and he is at the center of it.
No, I am pushing pause there, if I'm in Tennessee because there's too many things that are wrong that are not Cam's fault. Give him a couple years to learn a program. He's got an interim coach right now, and he's got a lot of broken pieces around him. He needs time to develop, and he needs the pieces around him to be able to be successful. So I think it's way too early to blame Cam. This is not all him. He can't be blamed for all of the failure right now in Tennessee. So for me, it's absolutely pause. Give him 1 or 2 more years, and then we'll have to reevaluate. But
All right, maybe he needs time. That's a
uh,
good response. Okay.
okay, how about Atlanta Falcons and Michael Penix?
Listen, you know me. You know I had such high hopes for Michael Penix. But Michael Penix Jr. is a full-on panic.
Oh no!
He just tore his ACL again, okay? But now he's torn the ACL in both knees. In college, Jake, he tore the same ACL in his right leg twice. Twice. And now in his first full season starting, he has torn the ACL in his other leg. He has 3 ACL injuries in his career, and he's in the second year of his NFL career. So, dating back to college, obviously. So, it's full panic, dude. He can't stay on the field. These are ACL injuries. You can't just keep popping ACLs and coming back and being strong and figuring it out. I mean, not I should say, I was gonna say I'm excited, but I'm not excited Michael Penix is injured, but I was excited to break out my Kirk Cousins jersey because it's Kirk Cousins time in Atlanta.
I wondered why that was back out. You're
That's
totally
why
right.
I always have a reason. I try to have a reason for why they're back there, and Kirk Cousins is going to be starting this week because Michael Penix is injured. So I'm not happy about it, but it's full panic.
I will be honest. I had pause on this one, and that 15-second monologue convinced me.
People forget about the 2 in college.
It's
It's his 3rd torn ACL.
that's kinda hard. So yeah, I had this whole spiel on why we need to pause. He's young, da da da. But yeah, that's a rough road. And we already see what when you're injury prone, it's not a good look in the
Yep.
quarterback. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna push panic on that one. But the next one is easy for me. I can't wait to hear what you have to say. But it's the Chicago Bears and Caleb Williams. I
Oh,
think everyone knows what I'm gonna say.
if I'm the Chicago Bears, I have to press pause, and then I have to press rewind, and then I have to watch the highlights because Caleb Williams is lighting it up right now. They are in first place. Listen, the first week that we started this podcast this year, you and I talked about what divisions we thought would be the best, and you and I were both like, I don't know, it might just be the NFC North. And both of us had them finishing last in the AFC or the NFC North, and the Bears are currently in first. Caleb Williams is doing something right, man. They are doing something right in Chicago. Press pause, give him more time, give Ben Johnson more time with him. He's getting better every week.
Um, no. Panic, panic, panic.
Why?
Well, it may be because he has a 59% passer completion rating. Which is 31st in the league. Could be that he's 13th out of all the quarterbacks in passing yards, and he's 20th of all quarterbacks in passer rating, which those are all statistics from all year. So you could take
But
one
they're
game.
all up from last season. Those are all up.
If 31st in completion is up,
Okay, maybe that
I
one's not up.
I don't know how else to spell out panic. If your passer rating is the 20th best passer rating in all of the league, when Marcus Mariota has a better passer rating than you, it's time to say panic in Chicago.
Listen, they've had horrible quarterbacks for so long. What he's doing, I mean, by their standards, looks really good. I think the people of Chicago are happy. They were very scared last year, but I'll get out of the way. What's the next one?
It's the New Orleans Saints with Tyler Shuck.
Oh, that's right. Listen, I think this is going to shock you. I'm pressing pause. Give Tyler Shuck some time. Give Kellen Moore some time with him. Tyler Shuck. And the reason I'm saying this is I watched this guy play in person. Every single year, they have the Senior Bowl in Mobile, Alabama, and all of the seniors, and it's actually open to juniors now, but juniors and seniors who are entering the draft come in and they play and they scrimmage. And I go to the game, and it's incredible. And I watched this guy play, Tyler Shuck. I'm like, I had the same response I can see all over your face, which is, huh? Who? And I'm watching, and honestly, he looked like the best quarterback on the field that day. And people forget what a high recruit he was. He was actually slotted to be the starter at Oregon, but had some injury issues and had to transfer. And I think just give him some time. I think he could be a legit NFL quarterback.
People have to know your name before you can be a legitimate quarterback.
No,
I
nobody
literally
knew
go,
who Tony Romo was,
"Who?"
okay? Tony Romo, your own undrafted quarterback, nobody knew who that was.
No, I'm pushing panic, I guess, because, I mean, I don't even I couldn't tell you anything about this guy. So, I can't push pause if I don't know who you are. So, there's only one other option, and that's panic. So, we'll move right along to the next one, and that is the Houston Texans with CJ Stroud.
Houston Texans and CJ Stroud. This one's easy for me. I have to say pause. And it hasn't looked good this year. And I just
Yeah.
watched Davis Mills look like, oh wow, Davis Mills is doing a little bit more with this offense than CJ Stroud. But we've seen the ceiling on CJ Stroud. And it looked like a guy who was going to be a top 5 quarterback. He had until Jaden Daniels, he had the best rookie quarterback season we had ever seen. So just give him some time, give that team that defense is crazy good. So if they can just get some consistency out of the offense, he's going to be fine. The Texans are going to be good.
Yeah, I'm doing the same thing, so no need to regurgitate what you just said because it's pause, in
It's
Houston.
nice to agree with you, friend.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure we're gonna agree on the last 2 anyways, so, the next one is the Washington Commanders with Jaden Daniels.
Oh,
That's obvious, right?
this is full panic mode. I'm so
What are we doing here?
serious.
What are we doing?
I'm so serious. Yes, I just said CJ Stroud would be all right. Don't worry about it. But the problem is with Jaden Daniels is we saw the best rookie season we'd ever seen all the way to the NFC Championship game, something the Cowboys can't seem to do for like 30 years. But yeah, I digress. He this season gets injured. He gets injured in the some ugly ways with what happened with his elbow and his knees. And this was the full concern with him coming out of college. Can that body frame hold up? And the reason they are panicking, and the Commanders and Commanders fan base are panicking is very simple, and I'll get out of your way. They've seen this movie before. Great rookie year, looks like he's gonna be an all-timer, has an awesome wins rookie of the year, think you have your franchise quarterback, and then has injury issues because he is not built to get hit by NFL players. And the reason they've seen it before is because they watched it happen with Robert Griffin III.
Okay, first of all, they're gonna miss the playoffs, kinda like your Chiefs, and
Oh,
that's okay.
that is yet to be
Uh
determined, sir.
uh, uh, you took a stab at the Cowboys, I had to take a stab at your Chiefs. But Jaden Daniels absolutely was elite in his rookie season, and he's having a sophomore slump. But how dare you say that Bryce Young has the frame to get hit by 400-pound linemen when he's like 4'2", and
Bryce Young isn't running around.
Jaden
Jaden Daniels, Robert
Daniels.
Griffin III, running is a huge part of their game. Bryce Young wants to stand in the pocket and throw darts.
So maybe Jaden Daniels reinvents himself, but there's no shadow of a doubt that there's not one single person in the commander's office that is panicking right now. They're saying, "Okay, he got hurt. Everyone gets hurt." There's plenty of quarterbacks that have gotten
Okay,
hurt.
let's put that to the test. Let's put that to the test.
Okay,
Because at the end of last season, if I had asked you, would you rather have Drake May or Jaden Daniels for the next 10 years, you would have picked Jaden Daniels. We
yeah,
can both agree on that.
yeah.
Today, if you had to choose between Jaden Daniels and Drake May for the next 10 years, who do you pick?
It's Jaden May.
Jaden, you can't have them both. Which one?
I've never been a Drake fan, but I'm going Drake May.
See? And it's
Yeah.
because you're a little bit scared of the injury issue. It doesn't have anything to do with his ability to play the position. He's excellent. But I just don't want to watch he's going to end up being like Joe Burrow. You saw that season and you just thought, "Wow." And then he can't stay on the field.
Um, my thought is if this becomes a reoccurring theme like a Joe Burrow, then yes, I give everyone the right to push panic. But after seeing what he did last year and having, there's plenty of sophomore slumps in sports. Give him some time to heal. Let's see what he does next year and let's reevaluate. Which
And
means for
I'm rooting
now,
for him. I'm
I'm
rooting
pushing
for him.
pause. And we have
Okay.
one more. We have one more. And again, I think this is a no brainer that we're going to agree on this one. And that is the Denver Broncos with Bo Nix.
Who?
It's it's a pause, right?
Who? Who is this quarterback?
Bo, Bo knows.
Bo knows?
Bo
No.
Nix.
No, I know the quarterback who plays in Denver. His name is Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Because one week you get a pretty decent quarterback, and the next week you're like, I'm ready to send that guy packing and put him on the street. So even his head coach has talked like that about him this year. So if I'm the Denver Broncos, I'm pressing panic because I just don't know what I'm getting from week to week.
I am pushing pause because even though he has a couple games that are not the greatest, he's had a lot of time that shows potential. So I think he's got the frame. I think he's got the framework with the coach. I think he's got the coaching staff. I think he's got the players around him to be a good quarterback. So for me, it's a pause.
All right.
But I had a feeling we were gonna disagree on that one just because of how much hate you've given Bo Nix over this season, but, I was hoping that you might surprise me, but it was no shock.
No, I'm not yet. I'm not ready to sell my Bo doesn't know stock yet. He's gonna prove me right. Just give it time. But let's see if you can prove me wrong because
Okay.
I think I have a trivia question. It's Trivia Thursday.
Oh, it's Thursday.
It's Trivia Thursday, so I have a trivia question for you and
Yes.
all of our listeners, and
Okay.
I don't think you're gonna get it. So let's see if you can prove me wrong.
Alright, let's go.
It's not super complicated, and it's
Yes.
all about pride. This question is about Deion Sanders. In honor of
Okay.
our question about his son Shedeur, here is your question. It is not overcomplicated. And if you get it right, I'll even give you a bonus question to prove your true genius. Are you ready?
Yes.
Can you name every NFL team that Deion Sanders played for?
The Dallas Cowboys.
And
Atlanta Falcons.
correct.
Um, ooh, I knew those ones. Those were the easy ones. How many did he play for?
5.
Oh gosh.
Ah,
Oh gosh. All right. Um,
who did he play for between the Falcons and the Cowboys?
oh man.
For one season, he played for a team between the Falcons and Cowboys, and he won the Super Bowl with this team. That should give it away.
Oh, well, oh my gosh. I am completely blanking. My Cowboys fandom is getting in the way because every time I close my eyes, all I see is Deion Sanders in a Cowboys jersey.
Yeah.
Uh,
And I mean, this was a huge rivalry in the 80s and early 90s in the NFC. And matter of fact, some people would say outside of your own
San
Cowboys.
Francisco?
Yes.
Okay, San
He was a
Francisco.
49er for one season.
Okay.
Then he completely betrayed the Cowboys and played for
I'm blanking. I'm not gonna get this one.
the Washington
Oh,
Redskins,
I
as they were
almost
named at the
said that.
time.
I
Yeah,
almost said that.
as they were named at
Ah,
the time.
gotta trust
But
my
here's
gut.
what people forget. This is the fun part of this trivia. I think if you're a Dion fan, a lot of people would remember that.
Yeah.
He retired after playing for the Redskins for 1 year because who wouldn't?
Ah,
But then he came back 3 years later and he played for the Baltimore Ravens, and people forget that. He played 2 seasons for the Baltimore
Deion
Ravens.
Sanders?
Yep, '04 and '05.
Wow, okay.
Did I
I
get
was
you?
I was
Did I
on the
get
cusp,
you
but,
or did I get
you
you?
got me on that one. I will say this, I was in my own head about the Redskins. I almost guessed that one. Completely forgot the 49ers, and I would have never guessed the Ravens. So, good job. That is
Okay.
one,
This was
uh
your bonus. I'm gonna give it to you
okay,
anyway. At
okay.
what university did Deion Sanders play?
Oh, I should know this. Nope, don't
It's
know
in
it.
they're in the ACC.
Nope,
As a North Carolina basketball fan, you should know. It's not there?
no.
Florida State. He was a Seminole.
Ah, now you say that, I remember.
Yeah,
I get in my
yeah.
own head. It I
Then
the
I
ca
had another bonus question
Oh,
about Dion for
you're just
you.
like, "How many times can I make
I
Scott
thought
look wrong on the
no,
podcast?"
I thought you might level up.
Mm,
The idea was it
no,
was they were supposed
no.
to get increasingly harder, and
Oh,
this
this is
is
harder?
payback for when you asked me for 8 answers on my trivia question. Very quickly, can you name the first college that Dion had a head coaching job at? The first college that he had a head coaching job at. He's currently obviously the head coach of the Colorado Buffaloes.
Oh, Jackson State?
Well done, sir.
Yeah,
There you go. Good
yeah,
job.
okay.
And he had Travis Hunter there with
Yep,
him at the
yep.
time. There you go, and Shedeur for that matter. So look at that. You got the third
I was
level.
yeah. I got
You
a
didn't
trivia
qualify.
question. I was I didn't level up, but, that's okay.
That's all right, because you're about to level up this podcast with what is the very best part of
Oh,
this
I like
podcast
what you
and
did
what
there.
makes us different than everyone else, which is at the end of all of this fun sports talk that is clean and good to listen to with and in front of your family, you have the opportunity also to listen to a great biblical devotion. And tonight, that biblical devotion is being done by Scott Jakeway.
Thank you very much, Alex. So, as always, I think I've prefaced this before, but I always try to think of a way to connect the Devo with football because that's essentially what we do with the entire concept of inspired sports is football and faith kind of meeting at a crossroads. And so tonight I want to talk about something that may take a different direction than most people will think about when I first begin to talk. But in football, when someone says, "Oh, he's salty," many times we associate salty with he's angry, he's bitter, he's jealous. But really, in sports, it can mean multiple things. A lot of times, it can mean he's playing on the edge, he's gritty, he's intense, he's refusing to back down. But if you take another angle and you talk to any sports trainer, they'll tell you that when you're sweating, you're cramping, you're exhausted, you need salt. And if you lose too much salt, your body doesn't function right. And you get weak, you get dizzy, and you begin to cramp. And as someone that has played sports for the better part of my life, I can tell you that is not a fun place to be in. And it is a real situation when you've given it everything you've got on the court, the field, wherever you are, and all of a sudden you realize I did not drink enough water, I did not hydrate enough, and I have not put enough salt in my body to counteract what's going out. So the thought is that salt matters, and that also comes in the spiritual realm when we're talking about our spiritual walk with Christ. Jesus actually uses that exact picture when he talks about when he's talking to his followers. In Matthew 5:13, he says, "You are the salt of the earth." He didn't say, "Try to be the salt of the earth." He didn't say, "One day, if you do enough good deeds, that's when you become salt." He just simply says, "You are salt." And so here's the question today, and the name of the title, name of my Devo. Are you salty? Not salty like bitter or angry, like I said, but salty like Jesus meant, full of flavor, preserving what's good in life, and making people thirsty for God. So I want to break it down. I alluded to it just right there, but I want to break it down into the three categories of really what salt does when we consume it. The first is salt adds flavor. Nobody brags about unsalted fries. In fact, French fries with salt can be some of the most amazing things to consume. But if you go to McDonald's and they happen to forget to add the salt to the French fries, you might as well throw them out your driver window because those things are not any fun to eat. Salt takes something that's bland and brings it out the flavors that are already in there. And as believers, that's what we should be doing to the environments that we are walking into. The locker room as a sports player, the classroom as a student, the workplace as an adult, your home as a family unit. When you show up, the question is does the atmosphere change for the better? Or do you just blend in because you've lost the flavor that God has given you? The second thing, salt preserves. In Bible times, they didn't have the fancy technology that we have today. They didn't have refrigerators or freezers. They used salt to keep meat from rotting. They that's all it was salt. And our world, Alex, if we're being honest, as much as we try to be positive and uplifting, our world is decaying morally and spiritually. And as followers of Jesus, we are called to slow down that decay, to stand for what's right, to live with integrity when compromise is all around us. And the third thing is salt makes you thirsty. You eat something salty and you immediately are craving water. When people are around you, does your life make them thirsty for what you have? Do they ever think I don't know what it is, but there's something different about Alex. There's something different about Scott or John or Kevin or Susie. Is there something about you that makes people go, there's something different about him, even if I can't quite put my finger on it? I want that kind of peace because I noticed that when they were in a series of chaos, they didn't freak out. I want that kind of joy when everyone else is living depressed and full of anxiety. For some reason, they are full of joy. Or I want that strength because I saw them go through that terrible situation and it didn't break them. You see, the thing is Jesus doesn't just say you are the salt of the earth. He goes on to say in the second half of that scripture, but if salt becomes bland and loses its saltiness, can anything make it salty again? No, it's useless. It's to be tossed out, thrown away, and trampled. In other words, if we lose what makes us distinct as believers, we become like spiritual cardboard. If our language it looks like everyone else's, if our entertainment choices are exactly the same as the world, if we handle pressure, anger, relationships, and conflict just like the world, we're no longer salty. We're just bland salt that's sitting on the shelf. You see, the thing is salt does not make any difference inside of the shaker. It can't change anything, even if it has the potential. Salt only makes the difference when it comes in contact and gets out and touches something else. So, my question tonight is this: what actually makes a Christian salty? It's not your Christian t shirts, it's not a cross around your necklace, it's not a verse in your social media bio, it's not even growing up in church. Those are all things that are good. I mean, I grew up in church. I've got a Bible verse in my social media bio. I've owned necklaces that have crosses on them, and I've got plenty of Christian T-shirts. But the saltiness that I live with every day, the salt that I try to carry with me everywhere I go, comes from a real relationship with Jesus. When His Word is inside of you, when His Spirit is leading you, when His love is shaping how you treat others, when His grace has actually changed your heart. That's when you start to live in a way that looks different. You're no longer fake. You're not fake different, but you're deeply transformed. Think about the fruit of the Spirit in Galatians 5. It is something that I pray with my kids every single day on the way to school. We quote them, we pray it, and the way we've started to pray it over the last couple years is let everything I say, think, and do, because that consumes everything that I'm about to do for the rest of my day. Everything that I think, all of my thoughts, all of my actions, everything that I do, and everything that comes out of my mouth, everything that I speak, let it be filtered through the fruits of the Spirit. And maybe some of our listeners are new believers or maybe not even a believer yet. So let me break down. I want to real quick, Alex, I want to break down what are those fruits of the Spirit? What does that really mean when I say filtering everything I say, think, and do through the fruits of the Spirit? Well, it's really simple. It's love, it's joy, it's peace, it's patience, it's kindness, it's goodness, it's faithfulness, it's gentleness, and my favorite, it's self-control. That's what spiritual salt looks like in a real life. If you can go through your day and everything that is encompassing your actions, your thoughts, your words are being filtered through love and joy, it changes everything about you. People begin because I don't know about you, Alex, but where I live, most people don't live with those nine traits. Those are not 9 traits that most people just naturally have, including Christians. It's not something that I just one day woke up and was like, "Hey, I've got a lot of love and joy and peace and patience and kindness," but it takes an effort. It takes getting into my Bible. It takes getting into my secret place. And that's how you gain flavor. That's how you gain that true salt and not just bland salt that makes no difference. So lastly, let's do this. Some of us, if we were honest, would say, I used to be more on fire for God. I used to care more about his word, and I used to be more bold about my faith. But somewhere along the way, you compromised. You got distracted, you got hurt, you got busy, and your life just got a little bland. But the good news is this: God is really, really good about restoring saltiness. He's not done with you, He's not mad at you, He hasn't thrown you out, and He's inviting you back into a life that actually shines and has flavor for the world when you walk out into it. So, the very last thing is, I want everyone that listens to this Devo to ask yourself, am I salty? Does my life add flavor, preserve what's good, and make people think and be thirsty for God? Or have I started to just blend in? Have I lost the edge? Have I lost the boldness? Have I lost living a life that is flavorful for Christ? Or have I just become another bland human being? Jesus isn't calling you to be weird just to be weird. He's calling you to be different because he's inside of you. In football, salty players change games. But in the kingdom, salty believers change atmospheres, they change families, they change schools and teams, and most importantly, they change the communities and the cities that they live in.
Scott, there is absolutely no doubt that's a message that every believer would do well to hear every week of their life. And so I thank you because I know I needed to hear it. And what stuck out to me the most was when you said, for salt to serve its purpose, it has to come out of the shaker and come in contact with something. Otherwise, it can't. It's a flavor enhancer. It doesn't do anything. It just sits in the shaker.
Yeah,
And so, man, I felt that and I thought, for me, I need to make sure that I am reaching out and trying to affect the people around me and living with the fruit of the Holy Spirit that you
amen.
mentioned. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah,
And thank you to all of our listeners who listened and who are enjoying each and every week as we record right after Monday Night Football and right after Thursday Night Football. We are grateful that you take the time and that you tell other people about Inspired
yeah,
Sports. It's a great experience. We hope you're enjoying it with your friends and with your family. Thank you for listening to Inspired Sports, your place for clean sports talk with real inspiration.